Hey family, what is today? I don't even know. Today is Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. I will not be before you long. I just wanted to put out something encouraging that I just read upon because I think that is very important that someone else gets to hear this. So I was sitting here reading Job 3, or I was reading the whole chapter of Job, and right now I'm on chapter 3. And I read 325 through 26. We're starting from Job 3:13 and then jumping down to 25:26. I thought this is so profound. So Job 3:13 says, "For now I would have lain still and been quiet. I would have been asleep, then I would have been at rest." And then if you jump down to 25, it says, "For the thing I greatly fear has come upon me, and what I dreaded has happened to me." And 26 says, "I am not at ease, nor am I quiet. I have no rest, for trouble comes." And it's so crazy because I was just thinking about this the other day, or I just talked about this earlier today, about how the very things that we fear will, if we are so profound in our fears, that they will eventually become our realities, that the enemy will be allowed to torment us with the fears that we harbor. And so I remember just being a young girl sitting on the porch talking to my aunt about a lot of things that I feared. And I had a list a mile long. But the number one thing that I said that I feared was dying. And not just dying, but dying alone. Okay? And so, as you all may know, I have been going through a lot lately. And God has not released me yet to speak out on everything that has passed. I will speak out on it once the time has come and it is settled. But in the meantime, I'm going to continue to speak and be encouraging and be a helper of mankind, because that is what God has called me to do. And the enemy will not silence my voice. I know I have been away, but your girl is still here, just battling, okay? Battling. If you know what's going on, some part you know, okay? I know that a lot of people don't know a lot that's going on, but in due time, the Lord will release me and I will release it. But in this moment, I just want to come and be encouraging, because right now I'm just encouraging myself. And I stumbled across Job. And when I read those things, I'm thinking about everything that is happening to me. And the very things, I have a list of a million things that I fear. And the Lord has, basically, I'm in my Job season, okay? That sounds crazy to say, but it is. I'm at a season where the enemy is trying to take every single thing from me. And he's trying to do that by making me live out my fears, okay? And so when I was sitting here reading it and I read what he said, it just makes you torn up inside to know that affliction and pain can cause you so much turmoil if you allow it, that you may curse the day that you were born. And I remember sitting here saying, why is this happening to me? I'm a follower of God. I know God. God knows my name. I am doing what God has called me to do. Just a bunch of things. And I know that my walk isn't perfect. I know that I'm not perfect, but I am perfected by God's image, because we are all created by his image. And so when I'm sitting here just reading, and I'm just like, wow, now I understand what I'm going through, and God never said that it would be easy. God never said that we wouldn't go through tests and trials. But what he did say was to stay steadfast and endure to the end. What he did say is take heart and know that your faith has made you well. What he did say is to look to the heavens, because he will guide your feet. And what he did say is that you have dominion over the enemy. What he also said is that we are victorious, because he is victory and he's already won the world. He's already defeated the enemy. So when the enemy comes up to you trying to fight with you, you have to know that you're already victorious. And you have to stand in hope and in faith to know that God will deliver you from the hand of the enemy. As long as you do not give up, as long as you do not fail, as long as you do not take your eyes off of God. And that is something that I have been struggling with. I've been looking to and fro all around me and taking my eyes off of God, off of heaven, that I've been looking around me, what's in front of me, what's on the left of me, what's on the right of me. And so I am just very grateful that God did not take his eyes off of me. And so I just wanted to come and encourage you today that even though you may feel like you're losing it all, even though the enemy is taunting you and he's stripping you of everything, just know that just as well as God is allowing him to do these things, God is in the stripping of the enemy. God is also using that to test your faith, to see how much you really love him. Think about Abraham when he went up to that mountain and thought thought that he was going to have to sacrifice Isaac, and God sent an angel to tell him, wait, don't do that. He saved him. He just wanted to see how much Abraham's heart was for him. And once he proved himself, God sent a ram in the bush. That's the same thing for me. That's the same thing for you. God wants to test your spirit. God wants to test your faith and see how far will you go. When it looks like you're losing everything around you, when you have been moved from the place that God has placed you and you're losing it all, will you still have faith in God? Will you still trust God's plan for you because he loves you? And so I'm here today as a witness to say that he loves you. His love is great. And not only is his love great for you, but his heart for you, his mercy for you, the favor he has of you is still sufficient. So do not give up. Keep going. And like I said, I know there is so much. There is so much happening in my life, y'all. It's a blessing to even be able to speak right now, okay? But in due time, once God gives me the okay, I will be able to fully share my story. But in the meantime, continue to build yourself in God's presence. Continue to stay in your word, stay encouraged, and do not let the enemy take everything that God has given you, even your voice, even your sight, even your faith. So endure to the end because it will be well worth it. God is pruning you. God is testing your faith. So pass this test. Bye.